Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's a little bit before 10 o'clock on the 15th of June. Nice cool day today. The sky, well, we had some cirrostratus around. This is sort of like what the sky looked like for a good part of the day. Some milkiness to it, and you see those are contrails. So yeah, we get a nice blue sky, but there's plenty of sunshine toward the, yeah, that's the only one we have to look at. Plenty of sunshine, though, and looking at the satellite now, you can see some mid-level clouds now working, and we did lose a lot of those high clouds toward late in the afternoon. So if we look at late in the afternoon here, you'll see here, very late in the afternoon, you can see we did have some clearer skies. I was at Argyle Lake, enjoying some of that nice sunshine. A nice cool breeze today, and it was really, really nice out there. And this is toward the evening. Still, we had more blue sky a little later on. And then still you could see that there was some haze in the air, though this was the sunset here. You can see that kind of, it's just, I guess from the humidity or maybe a little bit of, I don't know, but I don't know the cause of that. But anyway, it was a pretty decent day out. You can see some more clouds and what looks like a thunderstorm that has developed over there. A lone thunderstorm in the western tier of New York right there. And you can see that here on the radar. It's just one shower and thunderstorm that is formed, but that is some of the more moisture that we're going to start getting into as we head into the overnight into tomorrow. Looking at the current conditions outside, you can see temperatures are generally in the mid-60s across the area. You can see all the heat is off to the west. We're in western Pennsylvania. They're dealing with 80s. We are sitting pretty comfortable right now. Temperatures at Islip are 66 with a dew point of 59. So the dew points aren't that low, but they're fairly low enough to be comfortable out there. 66 with a dew point of 59, 66 with a dew point of 57 at Farmingdale. So a little bit of moisture out there, but nothing terrible. We're going to feel a lot more humidity as we get into tomorrow, I think. And let's go take a look at what our high temperatures were today, because with that onshore flow, it was certainly a lot cooler than yesterday. So let's go ahead and look at that. And you'll see, yep, 77 at Islip, 73 at, especially out east and on the South Shore, especially cooler there. As you head west, yeah, it gets warmer, high of 81 in Muttontown, 81 at LaGuardia. But even along the Jersey Shore, at least in the eastern part of Toms River, you had upper 70s. Further to the west, you had low 80s. But fairly, decent day. Look at the dew points. Not the dew points, the lows. You'll see 53 at West Hampton. Everybody else pretty much was in the 60s. And we'll just look at what the day was like at Islip. Oh yeah, I screwed it up. I can't look at it now. Do that. You cannot look at that. Cannot look at what the day was like at Islip. Unfortunately. I don't know why it doesn't let you do that, but it doesn't. Well, hang on, maybe if we do this, we can get to see it again. There we go. Let's look at the 3-day history. Take a look at what the day was like at Islip. So during the day there, temperatures were in the mid-70s generally. Dew point around 61. And you'll see there. So very comfortable day. Onshore flow, sunshine. Even though it wasn't completely clear, it was a fairly comfortable, nice day across the area. We can also look at underground, see what it was like as we were further west, like here in Mineola, toward the middle of the island, where you got a little less of that ocean influence. And it probably got a little warmer here. So let's see what it was here. This temperature probably got to the low 80s. 82, yeah, it got it to 82, but only very early, and then the temperature dropped into the upper 70s later on as that ocean influence took over. So let's go look at the weather maps here on the models. You see this is the high, brought us the nice weather. That is going to be moving offshore, and we have the chances of precipitation come in tomorrow with a southerly flow, and then you see the cold front come through Friday. Friday morning, perhaps. It looks like there's a series of fronts that come through. But the real relief will come Friday in the afternoon. And then we have this. What's going to happen here is you're going to have a low pressure over the New England, and then this high building down from the Great Lakes. That puts us in a strong north flow, and there's blocking. So that low is going to sit there. And we're going to be in a sustained north to northwest flow for at least through next Monday. So that's going to bring us some nice, cool, comfortable weather. And it'll also cool the west down too, because again, they're dealing with some pretty hot temperatures. If we look at the current temperatures here on the GFS, just to show you the heat that they've been dealing with out west, that's going to build even more for, this was today, you can see dealing with 90s all the way up through Ohio, and Florida was very hot. They had some very major heat in Florida. I actually want to look at that for a moment. Might have to go back to the weather and hazards map, because they had some very oppressive heat along with some pretty bad humidity too. You'll see again that heat is mainly staying in the south. It doesn't really get that much warmer tomorrow here, just more humid. Get a little bit of that heat on Friday, and then it gets pushed down as we get toward the weekend there, and then the heat's kind of in the middle of the country again, going up into the Dakotas. So let's get to Florida here. I'm gonna want to have to go back to the weather and hazards map because I want to look at another observation. You can see all these heat watches and warnings, and then you got red flag warnings out west. And I guess that's an excessive heat warning for parts of Arizona. But Florida has been dealing with some pretty bad. And actually, part of the heat advisory extends into Florida. If you look at some areas of Florida, like Central Florida, let's see Kissimmee, for instance. I think it hit 100 there, and the dew point was very high as well. So it was like the heat index was just unbelievable. So let's see if we can get this to load. If it'll load, of course. That would be nice. It doesn't want to load. All right. So you can see it's 84. The dew point is 75. Let's see what they got up to today. They got it 97. 97 with a dew point of 72. That's pretty uncomfortable. That's pretty uncomfortable. Let's go even further south here. Everglades Airport in the Everglades. I don't know if it's hotter or cooler in the Everglades. I don't know. But yeah, it's really, we're having trouble pulling up information. You know what, let's just go to highs. Let's do it like this, because this is going to be just taking forever here. So you can see how hot it was in Florida. South Florida is actually a little cooler, but the central part of Florida really very hot. Upper 90s, which is for Florida, that's kind of hot, actually. So in Everglades, you can see they were not too bad. Temperature's just but you can see the dew points are very high, and that, you know, coupled with the humidity, just makes it pretty uncomfortable. But these are some pretty hot temperatures here. 97 for a high at Imilkey, with those dew points in the mid 70s. Still 84 there right now. So yeah, that's why I don't know why anyone would want to live in Florida. Looking at Ventu Sky again, you can see we have the cool flow over the northeast, but you can see the heat off to the west there. Like I said, we get just a tiny taste of that. So let's take a look at the HRRR. And go to the precipitation mode and look at the 0Z. Run at the HRRR. So you'll see the high moves away. We start getting into some shower activity. Maybe a few thunderstorms too. It looks like most of it goes to the west over New Jersey in the morning tomorrow. So a little around sunrise to after sunrise till around 9 o'clock. Then it moves out. Then we're not going to be dealing with much precipitation, just clouds. And then here comes this first little wave of it just kind of dissipates. Doesn't really show much here in the way of any thunderstorm activity here on this model, and there's no V in the isobars, so I don't think we're going to be seeing any severe weather with that. And then another chance on Friday. This one looks a little more impressive. So this front on Friday, if it holds off and moves in through at the right time, we may be getting some pretty hefty thunderstorms. On Friday, perhaps, would be our chance for severe weather. Perhaps we could see a chance for severe weather that day across our area. That would really be our next chance for it. So let's go look at the dew points, which will definitely be on the rise. We'll be having dew points rising probably tomorrow. We'll probably still looks like it wants to hold the low dew points over Long Island a little more versus New Jersey. But eventually they do come up, and it gets really humid tomorrow night. And Friday, like I said, the first part of Friday could be brutal. southwesterly winds, dew points up near 70, and that's going to set the stage. This is a very sharp cold front that comes through here on Friday, and that could set the stage for some pretty strong thunderstorms, perhaps even some severe thunderstorms. Look at the difference in dew point there. Dew points near 70 on one side of the front, and then on the other side, got dew points in the low to mid 50s. So that difference right there can really fuel perhaps some pretty severe weather. We'll have to see what happens between that and the heat that we're going to see as well. Tomorrow won't be all that hot because of the cloud cover. Probably only low to mid 70s. But then on Friday we get that southwesterly flow, and that we may get some of that. It's going to definitely be 90 or better in much of New Jersey, and we may get close to the 90-degree mark in Nassau County, New York City, and the Hudson Valley. If you're further out east or on the South Shore, you'll probably be dealing with 80s. But then the front comes through, and you can see clearly once we get to the weekend, it gets a lot better. Here's Saturday, much cooler. Much cooler. Look at how cold it is upstate with that upper level low. 30s? Really? For us, we may be struggling to make 70 degrees. And then on Sunday, we'll see 70 degrees. But look at how cold it is over New England. This is unbelievable chilly weather for June. That is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And then we see some moderation in the temperatures getting closer to normal on Monday. But yeah, big cool down for the weekend. The only issue is we may be dealing with some clouds. So let's go to the cloud forecast here. So Friday, you can see, you know, there'll be sunshine, but like I said, when those storms move through it, could be some clouds. And then for Saturday, we may be dealing with some clouds with this upper level low here. And then that may keep some clouds over our area on Sunday too. We'll have to see where that all winds up. Where that low kind of winds up and sits there. What's kind of hard to tell right now. Let's go to the precipitation because this could be interesting. Come on. So here's the precipitation. We will be dry. The weekend will be dry. We won't deal with precipitation. But look at what you see. If you're at the top of a mountain upstate or in New England, you might even see a little bit of snow. But for us, we should be dry. You know, just clouds is the main thing we'll have to worry about. And this is the GFS. It may, you know, it may shift further east, but it's definitely unusual to see that kind of pattern set up in June for sure. Let's go to the RGM now. We'll go to the skies. So we're looking at tomorrow. There'll be plenty of clouds around, filtered sunshine. Probably not much sunshine. Maybe you'll see it a little bit. But you'll see by Friday, you'll see that we have some clouds that will burn off. And then that sets the stage for an unstable atmosphere for this cold front to come through. And then as far as behind the front goes, we may have to watch out for some clouds on Saturday that may try to affect us. But it shouldn't be a bad day. This model seems to want to move those clouds out perhaps by Sunday, but you know, it won't be. It will be very comfortable and very low humidity for sure, and that's going to really make it feel great. Let's go to the Ventu Sky Model now, and I want to look at the Ventu Sky site because this has the Cape parameters, and we're going to move this right ahead to Friday because, yeah, you can see it's elevated for Friday. Here's Friday. We have the Cape numbers pretty high with this front here, and that's what we're going to have to watch out for. So, you know what? We're going to go look at the Storm Prediction Center and see if they have any kind of chance for severe weather for Friday, because that would be our next chance. This is the day one convective outlook. You can see over Pennsylvania, it's got the slight look. Let's move to day two. So day two tomorrow, it's got the enhanced risk upstate, but we don't have any. Again, it's all to our west, all the action. Day three, not really showing anything. But it'll have to be watched because some of the models seem to... We see that V shape in the isobars. It's a very strong front, a big difference in air masses, especially with the dew point, and that can cause a lot of instability in the atmosphere and set off any severe thunderstorms. So we'll have to see. Definitely think we have a chance of it on Friday. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Thanks for watching.